So everyone is having 4 to 5 credit cards in their pocket. Your house doesn't have a washing machine, your house doesn't have a fridge, but you have the latest MacBook and you have the latest iPhone.
Yeah. The companies are designing it in a way that ultimately they will win. It's like the casino.
Graphic designer is one job that is very high chances of being replaced by AI. Gen Z is the one that has just gotten a job. They don't have money in the pocket. All the money is going out of credit card.
People are definitely gonna lose their job.
This
is certain.
Okay, so due to the overwhelming response of the last podcast, we have finally been able to sit down and record. Like, it's been a month, I think.
Yeah, we should do it more often. What do you guys think?
Should do it more often. It takes time to read books, research papers and everything and then come and talk. So yeah, I think I can give more focus towards this. Then we can maybe
at least 2 podcasts
a month. That's a good number. So yeah, we still have not decided upon the name of this podcast, but it'll take time. It will take its own course. We'll have different number of names coming up in the comments. We'll find that unique name. But this has been like a crazy month. If you connect December and January, Trump came to presidency. Sam Altman has been on fire. Like they had 15 days, 15 launches, something like that. Yeah. So my question to you, and I think you are the apt person to ask this question: will AI take my job? And my job, I specifically mean my job.
See, if AI takes your job, AI also takes my job.
So no, seriously. Now coming back to that point, there's been a bunch of AI announcements. So will AI take my job?
See, as of now, Jitta, I have been able to track. Nobody is saying that you will be losing jobs to AI other than Zuckerberg in the Joe Rogan video.
Podcast. Yeah, he's making announcements in the podcast.
He blamed the layoff to performance as well as AI. But other than that, there has been a lot of layoff going on. But nobody has attributed that to AI. Like if you take an example, Zuckerberg in the recent video said for senior level software engineers, they don't need to hire people now. AI can do that. Same thing, the Salesforce chairman also said that moving forward they will just have AI to do the basic programming and software level development.
So they are not hiring junior developers, they are not hiring a mid-level software engineer as of now, as per their announcement.
Yeah, even there's a startup, Dukan. You remember?
Yeah. So they laid off 90% of their staff because
customer support, and they started using AI. So these are the only 3 I know in the broader level that has used AI to replace human jobs as of now. But other than that, there has been a lot of layoff going on.
A lot of layoff going on. If in India, I was talking to my friend who's also in an IT industry because I come from IT sector. I know a lot of friends who are still working in the IT sector, and they are like the companies are happy and willing if you want to leave your job. Like they are not retaining existing people if you want to go.
Yeah, last year SCL and Infosys, they have stopped campus recruitment. So they are not hiring freshers.
TCS and Infosys, L&T and Infosys are quite in the trend. Like Narayan Murthy wants you to work 70-hour week, and then L&T couldn't stop. They want you to work 90-hour week, and then you get an appraisal of about 6 to 8%. So there has been a lot of halchal in the job space, especially. So now, as far as I know, AI has been there for quite some time. Like there's AI in Google Maps, there's AI in Google Assistant. Even your phone can predict to some extent previously, like what you can reply to a message. So why is AI a buzzword now? Like why are people talking so much about AI or blaming it on AI?
That's true. I think to answer that, we have to go back in time. Like 1950s, say we had AI, and AI back then was very rule-based AI. If this, then that. 0 or 1 transistors ki tarah hota tha. 0 to you do it. 1 0 matlab don't do. 1 matlab you do. So like take an example of a traffic signal. Red light you stop. Green light you go. है ना? So इतना ही AI हुआ करता था. But AI, if you think, or human intelligence, if you think, is much more than that. It can take in consideration of 50 other things. Like in case of traffic signal, if there is a snow, then you need to behave differently. If there is a girl or a kid in front of a car, then even though traffic is green, you will stop.
Or if there's sham ka traffic, like people are going back from work, then traffic from one side will be quite a lot as compared to the other sides. So then your 30 second ka break will not work.
Correct. So वहीं पे you have to put in a cop back then, and that is when वो AI था. So if you see, there were 2 problems with AI back then in 1950s. one, there was not enough data, and AI learns on data. So they don't have enough data to predict anything. And second, there was not even enough computation power. The chips and the computers were not powerful enough. So this is why I think 1950s say you had somewhat of AI, but in 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, these in terms of AI called AI
40
winters.
years.
40 years were
Or
called
50
AI
years,
winters.
AI winters.
Nothing happened really in that AI. Thoda bahut, there was niche AI like that 1970s mein there was one AI
IBM
program,
Watson,
IBM Watson
IBM
that
का.
defeated the world chess champion. तो वो सब हुआ but very niche based AI. There was no talk about AI till 2000s. And we know all why. Like 2000 pe we had internet. So during that time, AI has digested all the data that is present on the internet. So you can feed that data to a model and then it can start learning. Internet के बाद ही possible होगा. Same thing, उसी में computation power has really increased. If we see, take a look at the smartphones we have now, or the chips, NVIDIA processor, graphic card. In the past 20 years, there has been a rapid development जो past 50-60 years में भी नहीं हुआ था. So because of these two factors, AI boom had been. So 2014, if we see AI, there was a company called DeepMind that Google bought, and Elon Musk wanted to get into the thing as well. So they started 2015 में OpenAI, and उसके बाद ChatGPT started somewhere in 2017 में आ गया था. So
but the entire buzz started after 2020, 2021.
Yeah, the bus started in 2021, but the development there has happened in 2015.
अच्छा.
So one again, ज़्यादा competition data मिल गया and more powerful machines मिल गया, so that now AI is there.
So now, since you're talking about ChatGPT and Gemini, I have seen these three words thrown around quite a lot. Like there's AI, then there's machine learning, and then there's generative AI. Like especially in our smartphones, whenever you erase something from an object, it uses generative AI. It will use generative AI to replace it, or it will use generative AI to transform your sentences or email. So what is the difference between AI, machine learning, and generative AI?
So yeah, this is a very interesting question. If we take a look at 1950s में, we used to have AI, and up the recent development is in the generative AI. So what happened in 2014 के बाद से, when the Google, DeepMind and ChatGPT, they are all based in generative AI. That is what is new. Or LLMs, these are new. So close your eyes and think of a big circle. That is AI. A subset of it, a smaller circle inside of it would be machine learning. Then the machine learns, then it becomes machine learning. And when the machine learns using neurons, just like human brains, that specific portion is called deep learning, which is a subset of machine learning. And deep learning का एक part होता है generative AI, when it can generate something entirely new than the data that is even provided.
So basically, when the machine is learning, it's just taking chunks of data and just trying to understand it. It's called machine learning. When it tries getting patterns or situations inside it, it's called deep learning. And when it understands, detects patterns, and then creates new stuff, that comes to generative AI.
Exactly. Like Google Maps, it has been there for a very long time. That is more or less machine learning. है ना? It's not generating anything new.
But it's not generating a new path for you. It's just telling you path which is much more used by other people.
It has taken a lot of data, machine ने process किया, बता दिया. So that is machine learning. But if you take a look at ChatGPT, or DALL-E 2, so they are generating entirely new poems,
like
images.
A blue elephant with a yellow umbrella dancing in Mumbai. That would have never happened.
That is generative AI. Or generative AI is something that has recently happened somewhere in 2017 with the paper of attention is all you need, जो Google से आया था. उसके बाद से जो भी आया, that is generative AI.
So now talking about ChatGPT and all, so I noticed they call them LLM. Like it's notebook.lm, Gemini is an LLM, ChatGPT is an LLM. So in simple words, if I'm just new to AI, I don't know anything about it, how will you explain LLM to me with an example?
LLM with an example. Okay, so think of a house and you have a parrot. I talk about the parrot overhears everything. They don't actually know what it is, but they just repeat the words. They are very good at parroting or repeating a word. So let's say I say, what's today? I will have. What do I have for dinner is biryani. So the parrot will know. Okay, biryani. So whenever it listens, what's there for dinner? It will say biryani. Now the parrot doesn't know the concept of biryani. It has never tasted biryani, doesn't know how to look for a biryani or prepare biryani. It's just a word for them. But if they hear the phrase, what's for dinner, it will say biryani.
Biryani.
Now imagine that parrot start listening to the conversation of entire neighborhood.
So surprisingly, my neighbor had a parrot and he used to swear, and it was very embarrassing.
And you know where it coming from.
And yeah, they even don't know where he heard it from or learned it from, but it was very embarrassing. So that parrot never said biryani. But yeah, let's go with suppose that parrot takes in data of the entire colony. So now if you ask them what is for dinner,
They will say biryani. They can also say what's for
Pasta.
lunch and where people are going.
Yeah.
Now imagine that parrot is listening to the conversation of entire world. It can listen to all the telephone phone calls, emails, internet, everything, and it has listened to everything in the past as well. Then the parrot can predict any word. They can say anything. This is exactly what ChatGPT, Gemini, and Anthropic Claude is. They are all based on LLMs, and they are just a very sophisticated word prediction machine. So
Or
they
a
just
parrot.
predict.
A very sophisticated.
Very very sophisticated parrot. That's like the closest analogy anyone can understand.
Understand with.
So if you think of ChatGPT, you should think of it as a parrot that is exceptionally good at predicting the next word. So once they predict next word, they can form an entire sentences, write poems, books, stories, and everything.
That's why you see those examples popping up where people are like, haha, Gemini said that, haha, ChatGPT said that. They will make mistakes because I think if you take the same example of a parrot has never tasted the biryani, a parrot has never made the biryani, it doesn't have any experience in whatsoever eating. It can just suggest you based on what it has heard.
Just like you said, na, the parrot the neighbor had, they
Yeah,
was for swearing. So it's basically what you feed the parrot, the data will be the same. Garbage in, garbage out. If you feed in garbage data to your machine learning, you will get a garbage out, which is what hallucination is.
Now, the next stage of LLM, what I'm hearing is, I also saw the Mark Zuckerberg podcast with Joe Rogan, and I've also heard Sam Altman and a lot of big people in AI talk about AI agents. Like AI agents is going to be the next big thing in 2025. It will not be generalized anymore. It will be specific to people's need. So what is an AI agent?
Okay, so if we take a example, an AI agent ka, so imagine that you go to a restaurant, your favorite restaurant, and you will have two waiters. The first waiter will come, take your order, and serve you. That's how it used to be everywhere. So that's a regular wo. Now the second the waiter, they will come to you. They will suggest you, okay, the chef has made this today, and I remember that you came previous month as well, and you liked this, so you should try this out. Plus the weather outside is rainy, so you should also suggest you a Manchurian soup or something. So the second waiter will be an AI agent because of two things. One, it is working independently. It can make independent suggestions to you. Nobody has trained them to. And second, it can also interact with the environment. It knows bahar it's raining.
It knows the weather data.
And give you.
It knows what plants or what crops are growing around now in the current weather. How people are feeling in that weather.
So
much
whenever
more like a human would, like a human waiter would, who would personally know you and behave based on like customized for you. Now that I go to ChatGPT and tell it, give me a 3-day Mumbai to Delhi routine itinerary, it would give the same itinerary to hundreds of people that ask the same question. But now ChatGPT has much more evolved and understand my needs and understand that I'm a 24-year-old and I might like going to Gateway of India rather than Kolaba Causeway, or I would like shopping more than going to beaches. So it would suggest me itinerary based on my preferences. Is that what an AI agent is?
थोड़ा और sophisticated कर सकते हैं. Let's say कि you spoil your carpet. So now you called Siri and asked for carpet cleaner near me. Siri will give you top 10 result from Google Maps. हो गया. That's how it used to be. But with AI agent, you will ask Siri, clean my carpet. Now Siri will pull out the list of all the carpet cleaner near you. Then it will select the 2 or 3 top based on the rating. Then it will automatically call them on your behalf, get a quotation and time. Then it will see your calendar and figure out, okay, Pratik will not be available this time. It's the best time to clean the carpet. Ask them to come, get the carpet clean, make a final payment, and only ask you for the payment. So it's a very smart assistant. What it has two things in common. One, it is autonomous, so it will take decision on your
Decision
behalf.
on
It
its own.
won't bug you for every small thing. And second, it has a power to deal with the environment, which is what they can make calls,
Calls and talk to them
talk to them.
based on what they are speaking.
And it knows your friends. So autonomous and ability to interact with the environment.
So now what I can understand is AI agents are taking the job of a waiter, taking an order, understanding you, personalization. It's also taking the job of a receptionist or a butler or a personal assistant, like who can understand my need and do my house ka chores for me.
If you have seen Suits, usme there was a Donna.
No, I've not
So,
seen
as
Suits.
if you have not seen Suits, so Donna is basically what AI agent is to a receptionist.
I know the butler for Batman.
Yeah. Either you can have like a Alfred for a Batman. He is an AI agent because he takes a lot of decision on Batman's behalf and he's very smart about it compared to just a helper. So
This sounds fascinating, but at the same time
very scary. Yes.
So what are the jobs that AI is taking?
What are the jobs? Yeah, I like that. I like the thing that you are also assuming that AI is taking jobs.
100%, 100%. Like if you are still under the rock and you believe that AI is not going to change the way you work or AI is not going to take your job, like you are in for a surprise.
Yeah, and not a good one.
Not a good one.
Yeah, even I say this all the time. There used to be a saying, and we used to say that in our video as well. AI will not replace job. People using AI will replace job. But even to that, I will say, ab ho gaya uska bhi. AI has taken jobs as per the World Economic Forum recent survey data.
What is the World Economic Forum?
Okay, so World Economic Forum is the biggest agency in the world that takes data of 40 to 50 million jobs spanned over 55 countries and thousands of companies. So whatever data prediction they do about the jobs actually happens, and their predictions are very accurate. So even they have predicted every year they release a report, and in the 2025 report they have predicted this number of jobs are already gone and this number will be have. So as per them, 90 million jobs for the next 5 years will be replaced. It won't be there like it used to be.
So what are the top 3 jobs that are coming and what are the top 3 jobs that are going?
As per World Economic Forum, the jobs that are very manual, repetitive in nature and has to do directly just sitting in front of a computer, they will be all gone. Like data entry, bookkeeping, accounting, those sort of jobs. But the jobs that has a lot of human personal interaction, a lot of emotion is required, emotion quotient is required, emotion intelligence is required, that will thrive. So if you take a look at plumber, electricians, there's no way AI can take those jobs.
Or I think delivery agents,
They are frontline nurses, doctors, that can be gone. So that's a difference.
That cannot go, right?
That cannot go. That will take a lot of those. Like in fact, they have released like if you take a look at 100 jobs, 40 of them are secure, which includes your plumber, electrician. वो कहीं नहीं जाएगा. 60 will be gone. Out of 60, there are 30 that if people upskill, they can still retain it, and the other 30 will be gone. This is WAF report.
So I was also very excited to read that report, and one thing specific to our industry that I saw, graphic designer is one job or a thumbnail artist is one job that is very high chances of being replaced by AI, whereas a social media strategist or a person who deals with a lot of people, those are very less chances to be replaced. That's a very high trending job. And that's a very easily replaceable job.
Yeah, people have to upskill. Upskilling is very, very important. Like the world has changed. AI is not a fad. It's a revolution. It will change how the world has been. What we are seeing.
Mostly
currently.
like how the computer era came.
Yeah. People are definitely gonna lose their job.
This
is certain.
But I don't think people realize that, and I think there has to be enough awareness about this thing that you need to upskill yourself. Rather, people are spending money on some wild stuff that makes zero sense.
But what makes you say that? Like people don't have jobs as much, job security in future, but they are spending huge. What makes you say that?
What makes you say that? So I was reading a very fascinating report by TransUnion. TransUnion is the founder of Sibil Score, the Sibil Score that you see. So they also release every year a report, and they were specifically talking about Gen Z. So Gen Z is the one that has just gotten a job. They have started making money, and recently they have got money in their pockets. And 43% of India consumption of buying things in household is governed by Gen Z. Gen Z drives 43% of India consumption. So
But what's the problem in that? If they're spending money, it's their money.
no, they are spending, it's their money, it totally makes sense, but the pattern here are changing. Like on an average, and this is old data, people are using their credit card to spend more. Like on an average, there was 2.2 credit card per credit card user in India, and that is 2018 or roughly data, it has now doubled. So everyone is having 4 to 5 credit cards in their pocket on an average.
Gen Z or everyone?
No, this is PAN data. This is not just
data.
Gen Z.
So earlier it used to be 2 credit cards.
2.2 credit card, this is 2018, 2019, and 6 years later it has doubled. Like the amount of credit card users in India has doubled.
How many credit cards do you have? I have 7, 8, but this also.
So do I. But it's about 100 million, which is about roughly 10 crores. I think 10 crore credit card is there, and back then it used to be 4.4 or something like that. It was half. So now an average credit card spend per month, they have 5 credit cards and they have just 1 debit card. So it's just 1 savings account and 5 credit lines. On 4 to 5 credit lines on an average. And an average credit card spend is 15 to 16,000 rupees per month. This is per month on credit card. And an average salary is 33,000.
Average salary is 33, and how much is the spending limit on credit card?
On credit card, you can max it out to about, you get roughly, depending on your CIBIL score, you get 3 to 5 times. So you should be getting somewhere like 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh, or even less than that, depending on how your credit history is. And this is all average data. Means this would be much more in reality, because there are people who are spending way less, and then there are people who are spending way more.
So people now have like 4 credit cards and a credit limit of 1 to 1.5 lakhs when they're actually earning 30,000 rupees. Interesting. So the question.
And on that 30,000 rupees, and this is just, I'm talking about metro cities, not even tier 2, tier 3 cities. And that 30,000 or 35,000 will have 50% as rent and groceries. So you are left with only 16 to 17,000 disposable income.
So where are they spending that money?
Oh, this is a very interesting thing. So guess what are the top 3 categories of lending?
Top 3 categories of lending, like
loan. Yeah.
Loan.
People are borrowing money. So what are the top 3 reasons to borrow money?
Top 3 reasons to borrow money.
Because they are definitely borrowing money. Yeah. They don't have money in the pocket, and this all the money is going out of credit card. What are the top 3 things that they are borrowing money to do?
Well, I would say, like, if I see Gen Z's likes to flaunt on Instagram and social media, so that has to be there. Maybe buying cars, expensive cars, iPhones.
iPhones, definitely iPhone. 10% market share in India, while it is going down around the world. So number one credit product is 2-wheeler loans, and that is double of previous generation. Like, I'm talking specifically Gen Z. It is, if millennials bought 2 bikes, Gen Zs are buying 4 bikes. Not per person, just in the number of quantity, because they feel they need something to go to their work. There is nothing called as public transport. You need a private transport, and 2-wheeler is the bare minimum that you get. So that is at all-time high. Second is your consumer durable loans. And here's, it's much more interesting. Consumer durable loans is basically, you go on Amazon and you say, I want to buy this in 6 months EMI, or you just go out and get something on EMI. That counts as consumer durable loans. And previously, consumer durable loans used to be for refrigerator, washing machine, all the basic amenities that you need to better your life. But here, it's mostly on smartphones, camera, laptop, and all the other stuff.
But don't you think you also need smartphone, a laptop, and a camera to be more productive at your work, which will end up making
Makes
more
sense,
money?
because Gen Z is the most tech-savvy generation. But do you need... So your house doesn't have a washing machine, your house doesn't have a fridge, but you have the latest MacBook and you have the latest iPhone. And the third category is again credit card. Credit cards are being used to shop online as much as offline. Those are also a type of loan. Like if you're spending on credit card, that also counts as some amount of credit line, and if you falter to pay that.
Where are they using the credit card? Gaadi bhi khareed liya, laptop they have bought, iPhone they have bought. Then what is the use of credit card now?
Now, if I want to shop offline,
okay, clothes,
or if I want to buy clothes. Or if I want to buy my gym subscription, or if I want to buy,
we will do that in credit card.
That will do in credit card.
Okay, so it's
so credit spending is all time high. Personal loans is all time high. two-wheeler loans is all-time high. And the other thing which is all-time high is not paying your debt.
Is it?
Yeah, credit card default rate is 5% as of now. For SBI, it's 7%. And this is like a huge number. And this is not even counting that you're paying your minimum credit card bill. So suppose your credit card bill comes out to be 10,000 rupees and your minimum pay is 1,000 rupees. 5% of the people are not even paying that.
So what happens to that? Like, how do you not pay the bill and how do you get away with that? How does that work?
I don't know. Even if, and a lot of people don't know this. If you go ahead and just pay minimum credit card amount, thinking that your loan will sometime or your credit bill will sometime get finished, imagine you just paying minimum credit amount, how much years it will take for your credit card bill to get up, like just finish.
They will put 12% interest on that, no?
They'll put 1% interest
Every
per month
per month
on the
12%
remaining
per
amount, and they'll deduct the minimum amount from your entire thing.
So let's say if I have a limit of 1 lakh, I took a credit loan of 80,000 and I'm doing the minimum payment of what, 1.5 thousand or something?
Something like that, 2,000
something
rupees.
Maybe a couple of years,
5 to 6
5
years
to 6
minimum it will take for you
Yeah,
to just you keep paying the minimum amount and your credit card bill, hoping that you not spend more and your credit card bill stays static. It will take you 5 to 6 years to do that.
So what exactly is the problem here?
So the problem is a lot of people that are getting credit cards should not get credit cards. Like 51% of the people that are getting credit cards do not have a good enough CIBIL score. So you might know, like everyone gets a CIBIL score based on your payment history, your financial track record, and your ability to pay back loan. So in that also there are 5 categories. There is prime, which is the ideal person to have an ideal CIBIL score and will get a credit card. Then uske niche aata hai near prime, and then it is subprime. And on top of prime, you have prime plus and super prime. Super prime is the creamiest of the creamiest layer. Every bank, every credit card company wants them to take their loan, but they don't want to take. And I'll give you exact numbers. Like, so suppose if you have 300 to 680 CIBIL score, you are subprime. If you have 681 to 730, you are prime, near prime. And
Which is what I am. I am near prime. Yeah,
near prime.
I think my CIBIL is around that only.
And prime is 731 to 770.
731 to 770.
Yeah.
That is prime.
That is prime, yeah. And that is a good, healthy CIBIL score
You
to
will lie
have.
somewhere there.
No, I'm not even in prime plus. Mine is 790 to 900, that is super prime. And I don't even use any credit card, I don't even take any loans.
What's subprime?
Subprime is 300 to 680.
300. Those people who are like those 5%.
Yeah, exactly. Those people should not be even getting a credit card. Those are the defaulters. Like, guess the minimum amount of salary you need, annual income you need to have to get a car loan.
Car loan, I think 30,000-40,000 they will give you a car loan.
1.5 lakh rupees. Yes, you can still get a car loan
like
from a private finance
Like
organization.
50,000 rupees a month, not even that.
Yeah, if a person is making 15,000 a month, how can he afford a private car? And I'm not talking about Ola, Uber and all of that. I'm talking proper private car.
Interesting.
So 51% of the people who are buying a credit card don't even deserve that credit card. Because they don't have good financial history or stability in life to be able to pay back, or even the maturity in their head to understand they are going into a dark hole of not being able to pay money back.
So what's the solution?
So the number one thing to do is write your expenditure down. That is always said and all of that. But once the damage is done, once you already have the loan, तो फिर लिख के भी क्या ही कर लोगे?
That's a prescription thing.
That's a prescription
बहुत
thing.
बाद में आता है. That's how to. But it's a mindset game that you have to change.
So basically, comes down to one thing is why needs versus want, tried and tested. If you don't need it, don't buy it. If you don't need it, hell, don't even buy it on debt. It might be very hard. But if your monthly income is 80,000 rupees, it doesn't make sense to get a loan of 1 lakh rupees. You will never be able to pay it back. And number two, get off your phone. You don't need 50 plus subscription on your phone. You don't need to buy whatever your latest influencer is wearing or the latest thing on subscription. Like, please don't.
What was that word you were talking about? Social.
So there is a term called shopsializing. I hope I'll make it easy to pronounce. There is shopping and there is socializing. and then you mix both of them, it's shopcializing.
So shop realizing.
Even I can't pronounce it. It's shopcializing. Yeah, shopcializing. So the aim to shop is just to show off on social media. So I post the latest unboxing or the gadget or the watch on my story. I buy the latest sneaker. I buy the latest trendy thing just to be able to post it on Instagram or on social media. So that's a shopcializing term.
Guys, don't do that. Yeah, and I think being an influencer ourselves, we know the life on social media. People have said it so many times,
Too
but
many
I
times,
think,
yeah.
but फिर भी वो रह ही जाता है. What you see on social media and what it actually happens in real life are two polar apart things.
Yeah, that is one thing, and I'll not take name. Like we'll give our personal example, and I don't want to take the person's name because that would look bad. But we went on a brand trip to some foreign country. Some brand took us, and this was the first time any Indian brand is taking us to their country, and it was a big deal. And I see people posting their five-star hotel ka photo, bathtub ka photo, and then you have the entire thing of roaming the streets and all. See, if a brand takes you for 48 hours to a place, they ensure that 45 hours you are working, you are there on their itinerary, you are testing their products, you are posting their stuff,
It on social
posting
media,
it on social media, or just
tagging
making
them,
content,
making
or
content
just
with
filling
their
their
hashtag.
itinerary. Yeah, just filling their itinerary.
Yeah.
You would see that the influencer is posting a five-star bed and is posting a bathtub or the most luxurious buffet that you get. But what the reality behind the camera is, you won't be able to sleep on that bed for 4 hours. You won't be able to have dinner for 3 hours in the same hotel. You would be working 45 hours out of the 48 hours that you are on that particular trip. And that's the thing about social media that people don't get to see behind the camera.
That's deep. Food for a thought.
Good
Yeah.
for a thought.
Okay, so from what I can understand, the solution is your expenses should be much lesser than your income. Don't try to please people on social media because whatever is happening there is not real. And what else? What else?
And most of that expenditure is subscriptions. And I can understand from the Gen Z's perspective, like brands are also specifically targeting them or designed to sell stuff to them. Like for us, it was either a billboard or an offline event, you get a pamphlet. Those were the types of marketing and advertisement that we went through, and some of it was phone. But for them, it's 100% phone. Like all brands know what you're doing on your phone, and they are there to target you the entire time. So coming to the subscription categories, now, if you have to guess what are the top 3 types of subscription that people buy? And if Netflix is like an OTT app, so entertainment is a section or a category. So that way, guess what are the top 3 categories of subscription?
Okay, entertainment will definitely be there.
Oh, it's not there in top.
It's not there in top 3.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the least of it. That's the least.
Top 3 subscriptions, man. I think Zomato, Swiggy, Blinkit, Zepto, that will.
So I'll start. So number 1 is e-learning, and e-learning counts all of that courses that you take from Unacademy, all of that, plus how to get richer, how to trade, or how to save time. All of those comes in e-learning courses. It's about 700 rupees a month. And the second is gaming. Yeah. Gaming is approximately 500 rupees a month people spend on in terms of subscription. And third is your health and wellness. Yeah, e-health and wellness, which is basically your Tata 1mg or Healthians ka subscription or some dietary fit wala subscription, Cure Fit and all of that.
Yeah, even if I think about it now, the model of subscription has also changed. Earlier, what it used to be, I have an Audible subscription, I have an Amazon Prime subscription, Netflix subscription. I can log into my ICI account and वहाँ पे autopay में it shows you everything. And if you want, you can cancel directly from there. But recently, what is happening now is if you go to Zepto Pass, Zomato, 1mg subscription, or Urban Clap, Urban Company, whenever you're checking out, they ask you whether you want a 3-month subscription, and they add that value to the cart. It's not an automatic repay, which you can see there, and that's how subscription used to be. Now they're adding it to the cart, and then you check out.
Yeah, that's very sneaky, and this is the dark pattern of today modern day subscription. Previously, subscription was you give them money once a month, they'll take those money recurring every month, and they ensure that we have 1,000 or 1 lakh loyal paying customers. But nowadays, the subscription are something like just go to Swiggy, you get it at checkout page, and just count the number of taps you would require to pay money after checkout, and count the number of taps it would require for you to log out. You will see payment karna is just 1 to 2 taps, and logging out would take you 4, 5, 6 taps and would be hidden somewhere else. And more than that, if you tap on it, it will say, "Hi, would you want a Swiggy One subscription or a Zomato Gold subscription or a Zepto Pass?" And then they would just switch the position of yes and no button.
Yeah.
So by default, you will always be pressing on yes, I need it.
Correct. Like I have Swiggy One subscription, and yesterday I was making a payment. Checkout me, they are asking me for Swiggy Back subscription, which is basically Swiggy One subscription on steroids.
But you do die now.
So I had like one subscription. You are giving me another subscription, which is that subscription on steroids.
This is the dark pattern. And previously, and these subscription want you to use their app more. You pay the money for entire 3 months in one go, which is very cheap. But the money that they make is you go back to the app, keep using the same app because hey, now you get free delivery. But every time you order, you pay 10 rupees platform fees, 6 rupees packaging fees. So every order you're paying them 12, 16 rupees every freaking order.
Yeah, there is a platform fees which is separate, and then there is a subscription fees which is separate. Subscription, I do like it's, if you think about it, it's very confusing. I'm paying a platform fees to use your app, but I'm also paying subscription to use your app. So what's happening?
and the top OTT subscribed app in India is number 1 is Disney plus Hotstar, second is Amazon Prime, and then third is Netflix. And Netflix makes...
You mean by the number of
by
revenue?
the number... Oh no, this is numbers, not revenue. That is the whole another picture.
Number of
so the number of people is highest on Disney and Hotstar because it has HBO, it has serial, cricket and everything.
IPL is also there.
But that I think will happen on Jio Cinema.
Jio now.
But they have kept it separate. They are not merging it. So second is again Amazon Prime. Third is Netflix. And imagine the amount of money all the subscription apps make versus what Netflix makes per year on a user.
I think Netflix will be much higher because mostly Hotstar and everything is 1,000 rupees for an entire year. And Netflix ka you get like minimum 500
Netflix doesn't even sell a year. They only do month.
Can't afford a year.
Yeah, you will lose your mind. If Netflix says at one go that you have to give 3,000 rupees per year to use Netflix, no one's paying that. So Netflix makes 3,000 per user a year in India, whereas the other subscription...
How do we come to this number, 3,000 rupees?
So yeah, for Netflix it's about 6,000 rupees per 2 users per year. So suppose if Netflix has 1.2 crore or 1.5 crore per like entire user base in India and they get that amount of revenue, they average it out. So it comes down to 3,000 rupees per user per year. And whereas other subscription service make about 700 rupees a month. Combined all of them per year per user in India.
Yeah, I recently got a Crunchyroll subscription. I was surprised. It's just 79 rupees a month. 79 per month. I think Hotstar is what, 99 rupees a month. Jio is also 99 rupees a month. So these are like 100 rupees for a month. Netflix is at altogether differently. 500, 600 rupees a month.
Yeah, and then there are also OTT aggregators. So the second topmost revenue making OTT app in India is Tata Play Binge. Like you have not even heard about it. So Tata Play Binge is like, it aggregates 50 plus OTT app. It has Amazon Prime, Sony Live, ZEE5, all of that in one. And that makes about 3,000 rupees per user per year in India. And give you all of them in one bundle. Yeah. So those are called aggregators.
Yeah, this includes like the smaller players like ZEE5 or Balaji.
Oh, ZEE5 is higher than Jio Cinema. ZEE5 is fourth. Jio Cinema is fifth.
This is also one of the problem. I go on Instagram or whenever there's a movie recommendation like Sushma Darshini, all the good movies out there. One of them would be on Netflix, other would be on Prime Videos, other will be on ZEE5, somebody will be on Hotstar, Jio. So like how many subscriptions do I need to buy to watch all of them? I think this is where the OTT Play comes into.
OTT Play or your Airtel Extreme or your Tata Play Binge. Like I get Airtel Extreme free because of my Airtel postpaid membership, but
everybody gets that, even I do. But I don't even know that. Most people
don't know that. So you have to download a separate app called Airtel Extreme. Inside that you can access Sony Live or other OTT apps.
Correct. Okay, so how do you save yourself from all of these subscriptions? Expenses.
First of all, there are apps called Fleek and all, like track your subscription. That's the basic amount of thing. Like go back, use a subscription tracking app, and the moment you put all of your subscription in one place, you will be for sure able to cancel 2 or 3 of them. Guaranteed. And number 2, if it is possible, get that thing right there, right then. Like we at TechWiser, we don't pay in subscription. We buy it one-time payment. Like the editing software that we use is Final Cut Pro, which costs 30,000 rupees lifetime free. So we buy that instead of Adobe or something else which takes you like every month on month, or we have a NAS which costs 75,000 rather than going for Google Drive, which will cost you year on year quite a lot.
But then there are times when you can't avoid it. Like I have to watch a movie, Sushma Darshini, let's say example. It's not there on the subscription I have. क्या करूँगा मैं? I want to Google Drive subscription. I have to share something. So what's the solution for that? वो तो can't help it.
Solution is then go ahead, spend money. There's no solution. Like if you can,
The companies are designing it in a
In a
way
way,
that ultimately they will win. It's like the casino. The house always
it's like the
wins.
game theory. Yeah.
The house will always win.
Always
You
win.
can't do much about it.
It's a lose-lose
But you should be
situation.
mindful about
Mindful about it. Whenever possible, get it in one-time payment rather than going for a recurring thing. Or the solution is go outside your house, touch some grass, and watch less movies. That is also one way to how to save money on subscription.
Yeah.
There are various forms of entertainment. Why do you want to watch so much movies?
Talking about watching less movies, Bollywood is failing anyway. So that's happening either way.
Yeah, even the stocks are tanking now. Like I know I got PVR Inox ka stocks and it's all-time high, say 20%, 30% low. Like not a stock buying recommendation, but even they are launching IPL and all of that to fill theaters or sell popcorn so that they make money. Bollywood was the primary reason that these theaters were running. So do you think Bollywood is failing?
Interestingly, if you go on Google and search for Bollywood post-COVID keyword, the auto suggest that you will get is Bollywood is failing. Google खुद से ही suggest करता है, and you will see articles ranking like the rise of Tollywood, Sandalwood, Collywood is the reason why Bollywood is failing. The PVR stocks, people are not going. I think last year 2024 में, it's one of the few year when Bollywood was at loss. Usually they used to say in India ना, इंडिया में क्रिकेट मूवीज तो हमेशा चलता ही रहेगा तो
even when the inflation is all time high, people want emotional comfort and they watch a lot of movies. But even at that time, Bollywood is not able to.
Production companies like Dharma, they are filing for bankruptcies.
Dharma sold a lot of it. I think even two other companies sold. Excel from Farhan Akhtar and Siddharth Roy Kapoor also, they sold their stakes.
Yeah. So if we aggregate all the data, like production houses failing, Bollywood का annual losses हो रहा है, theaters का stocks are going down, the rise of OTTs and the rise of South Indian cinema, we can assume that the trend is definitely downwards. It's like the Intel failing is now Bollywood failing.
Bollywood failing. So multiple reasons. Like what would be like the top two reasons of why is this happening? Like why they are not able to produce good movies that people would want to go and watch?
Multiple reasons, like you said, like whenever there is a downfall, it's never one thing. But if I have to again pick one, I will say it's always lack of innovation. If you see, like there is a lot of innovations happening in South Indian movies, a lot of flavors, a lot of templates, a lot of actors. They have like what? They have Bollywood, then Collywood,
they
Sandalwood,
have Tollywood, Malayalam cinema, and I think
Mollywood. That's called Mollywood. So and then there is Marathi cinema, and they Bengali cinema. They experiment a lot with low budget, high budget, big stars, action movies, thrillers. But if you see Bollywood, it's more or less about the same template. Either nationalism, either you do action comedy or an action thriller with big stars, high budget, and explosiveness. वही है. There's no other variations happening. So I think that is a major reason. Paki OTT. Why would I go to a theater when I can watch K-drama or anime in my comfort of the bed?
I think exposure to a lot of different culture or other movies has also made the audience a bit smart.
Yeah, Gen Zs, there's a clear trend. Gen Zs don't like going to theaters. They will prefer watching K-drama and anime much more than that.
In fact, I went with a friend for Kal Ho Na Ho. I saw a lot of Gen Zs inside, and that was a full theater. But I think people are going just for the nostalgia or just the experience of it. Like no one is going to watch a good movie. They're just going because I want to do something or have an experience.
And but there are chota mota things that also has a tint on the image of Bollywood, like nepotism case and that Sushant Singh case that happened. फिर stardom kids, जो star kids के allegations होते हैं, so that also tarnish a lot of image what they are building. So I think some build up of a lot of things. But I personally, I enjoy South Indian cinema a lot.
I love Malayalam cinema. I watch a lot of movies of Fahad Fasil and all of that. And I really appreciate the storytelling and movie they have. Like you can see, if they put 100 rupees in the box, 50 to 60 is going to shoot or script writing or just overall improving the production of the movie rather than just straight up paying 80 rupees to a star to just come and stand.
Yeah. I think I remember there was one movie of Akshay Kumar. The budget was 100 crore. Akshay Kumar was given 60 crores. The actress, the actress was given only 1.5 crores, and the movie made 59 crores. So it made a loss of more 40 crores,
So even
out
if-
of which Akshay Kumar took 60 crores.
60 crores. So if you don't even have the money in the first place, what would you write, what would you produce, and what would you do?
Yeah, I think it's about time. Just like AI is revolutionizing the entire world, I think the movie and the Bollywood industry also needs to change.
I think they have forgotten like movies can also be made in 10-20 crore budget with smaller stars but good.
Yeah. It's
Good
high
story.
time they need to adapt.
Upskill.
Upscale.
So, on that note, I think we'll end this. These are some of the topics that we are personally interested in. I know Mrinal reads a lot about AI. I read a lot of research paper and data. That's my pet peeve to do. So, let us know if you have any suggestions or anything that we can improve upon.
Also, I think if you guys have any other topics that you would like us to talk about in the next stream, and also like let us know, like of course that the title of this entire podcast, but also how much frequency would you like us to have in the next one. So maybe we will factor that in as well.
Okay, that's about it. Thank you.
Peace.